What's up, everybody? Chauncey Jennings here with the Luminary Panel, and I have some very, very, very special people I want to introduce you to. This is episode 2. Thank you for watching episode 1. If you haven't already, it'll be somewhere around here. But without further ado, Liliana Fidowa and Ben LaChance. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Doing great, honestly.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here, man. Let's do this.
Let's do it. Liliana, tell us a little bit about yourself and some of your accomplishments. And what's your role with the team?
Yeah, so I just graduated the University of Miami back in May. So I'm a recent grad, which is totally crazy, but
Congrats.
kind of, yeah, thank you. And kind of a little bit about me, I've done a good amount of internships throughout my college career time. So I kind of started with some influencer management, then I went into some events, and then kind of wrapped into a little PR and then social media. So I've done a lot of work in different spaces, but kind of developing my career as I go. But within here in the Luminary panel, I'm going to be a co-host, so I'm helping
Yes,
there.
sir.
Yes, and then also in events and kind of planning the social media as well. So a few different places within there, but I'm very excited and I can't wait to kind of see this through.
Perfect. What's up, Ben? Tell us a little bit about you.
Yes, so I also just graduated, but high school, so that's a little bit different.
Yes,
But yeah,
sir.
back in May. I've been around on social media as my role as social media advocate. I've had a couple different accounts, but I know the ways of TikTok and Instagram and all that, and taking a couple marketing classes in high school. And yeah, I'm just really excited to be here and ready for the road ahead.
Nice, nice. So, because you're brand new to this space, Ben, what is one of the most exciting things about this project that you're looking forward to?
Just probably having a bigger responsibility on this team, being the social media advocate, and not only just seeing our podcast being able to grow, but all of our other like brands and companies that we partner with also
Yeah.
being able to grow. That's just going to be like really exciting to see.
So, you think we're going to be partnering up with some brands?
Oh, I know we're going to be partnered up with
All
some
right, who
brands.
do you know we're going to partner up with? Because we're going
Come
to
on,
start out
Nike. Come on. I'm already calling
Nike,
out big
Too
brands. Come
big,
on.
honestly.
I
big,
mean,
Snapchat,
I'm shooting.
Google, Facebook, we're coming for you.
That's what I'm saying. Boom.
For sure. Liliana, although you've been in this space for a while now, what are some of the things that you're excited about and your proudest accomplishments since you've been in this career? And also, why? Why is that one thing the proudest moment for you?
So I would say I've honestly had amazing kind of experiences going so far in the business space and everything like that. But I would say one that has stuck with me as I've kind of gone along was last year. I want to say springtime. I helped an app from the UK launch in Miami during Miami Tech
Wow.
Week. It was very
Wow.
fun. Yeah, it was a huge project. And we kind of worked a lot of events there. And then we also did it at my school. So we had like in-person events, which was honestly great at the time too, because lockdown was over and everything was going back to normal. So
Right.
it was a great experience. And I also with them helped produce and shoot a promo video for them. But
Mhm.
that was awesome too, because I had never kind of done that before, but I got to be in it, produce it, and then kind of see the finishing touches. So
Did
definitely
you,
something that I'm proud of.
Ben, so I know you worked with some brands before. What are some other ones that you work with, and also which ones do you feel like you'll be the best fit for?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, so I've just been a part of Twitch and
Nice.
just YouTube and stuff like that and other brands and being affiliated on Twitch a while back and just being able to like work in that space. I think they give you a lot of range in what you can do.
Right.
And so even though I was just streaming video games, I mean, I was still, it was fun and I got to learn most, if not almost all my social media skills just from that one app alone.
That's
So it's
dope.
like, and how I talk as a human now and like how I relate to things. I mean, like, yeah, it really helped. So that and YouTube for sure.
You said as a human, were you a robot before?
No, but like,
He's improving. It's
I'm
good.
just saying, like the chat or whatever, they give me some wisdom.
There
Okay.
you go.
No, that's what you. No, that's funny. Because a lot of things, like for example, a lot of things outside of just your craft, you can learn from. So for me, I was never a speaker, right? I was always overwhelmed with things as far as getting to know people and networking with people. So now this year has been one of those things where I pride myself in going to uncomfortable situations. And even when I feel overwhelmed, finding things to get me over the hump so I can, exceed my own expectations that I have for myself and also help others grow. So this next question is for you, Liliana. How do you cope with overwhelming and anxious task when it comes to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like that's definitely a problem we all go through because with school, with jobs, everything like that, it's so real. The stress can be overwhelming. So
Mhm.
for me, it always helps if I kind of brainstorm the bigger picture because I feel like I get caught up on the little details. So kind
Right.
of seeing where I'm going and then understanding what trigger points there are there and figuring that out as well. It helps me when I talk through it with people. I feel like I have a great support system with friends and family. I can kind of work through it in my head a bit better and kind of understand why I'm a little bit stressed and things like that. But I think it's definitely nice to hear it from somebody else, hear their advice and approach it that way. But I think it helps me kind of calm my mind for sure.
Awesome. What about you, Ben?
I mean, definitely just most of it's mental. I mean, I would always say that somebody else has it worse than me, always,
Right.
no matter what. So I know I can push through almost anything. I mean, for real, if I have support through me, then nothing can stand against me. So 100%, just whether it's in school or definitely just seeking motivation is one thing, but also giving it to yourself is another.
Right.
So, I mean, having a motivational standpoint in your life is so, so crucial.
Right.
And I'm blessed to have people like that.
There's
Yeah.
always good to always have that corner of support, like you both mentioned.
Yeah.
For me personally, it's tough because I'm very introverted. So it's tough for me to have those conversations with other people because I might not feel like they'll understand, especially in the entrepreneur world or just anything in general is very tough. So I commend you guys for using those tactics. Is there anything that you struggle with when it comes to understanding the forever changing algorithm that makes you feel like it's difficult to keep up with? If so, what do you do to make sure that you stay on top of it?
I mean, I could just give you a simple answer and just be like, "Oh yeah, I watch TikTok." I mean, that's how I
Yeah, that's
that's how
everybody's
I do it.
answer
It
now.
figures it out for you.
No, for real.
Exactly.
But
TikTok got everything you can look for. Food spots, uh, if you trying to get new wardrobe, where to go, yeah, TikTok is the best. But yeah,
oh yeah, but I definitely believe it's changing every day. I mean, almost like every hour. I feel like because I there's new videos every single second you're swiping.
yeah,
So following those patterns isn't easy, and it's something you could study, but it'd be difficult because something that you study usually doesn't change every hour. So
right, exactly.
or every day. So I say it's more of just like a some people get lucky, but some people also put in that work and are posting 3 times a day, 4 times a day. It's like it's a grind, but it pays off. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, what about you, Liliana?
Yeah, I would say definitely in that space too, because the algorithm is always changing. One thing we know is that if you're going, 3 to 5 times a day, that
Mhm.
definitely helps. It's like consistency too, because I think in a way it is a job, right? So it's like if you're working, you're putting in the hours, you're putting in the work. It's not an easy thing. It's just a different way to look at it. And so I feel like in that space too, treat it like a job. If you put in the work, you'll see the results as long as you have, some guidance there as well. That's always helpful. But I feel like in general, though, kind of putting in that effort, just like you would for anything else, is really important.
Yeah, absolutely. I can actually kind of piggyback on that. I find myself horrible at posting things on social media, and that's one of the reasons
It
why
happens to all of us.
That's
I
what I'm
know, right?
saying. I mean,
It's tough.
I had to do my due diligence to find the perfect people and Liliana and Ben to help me overcome that because I found out that if you have an ego and having a business and you feel like you can do everything on your own, even if you don't know how to do it, it kind of contradicts the quality of what your brand represents. So you got to
yeah,
find people or someone or nowadays AI that can do it for you. So it represents your brand very well. So with that being said, what qualities do you guys think you have to possess in your craft that our viewers would be able to use in their entrepreneurship journey? I'll ask you, Liliana, first.
Yeah, so I feel like in general, one thing and kind of like an overarching umbrella term for me is being creative. I
Mhm.
think of in any space I go into, I try to find what could be different, but still is going to work. So I try to push the boundaries a little bit and kind of see, in what spaces we can specialize in your niche or anything like that. But I think definitely creativity overall. And then kind of talking about motivation, back in high school and a little bit of college as well, was in rowing. And so I don't know if you guys know like the coxswain, the small person in the front of the boat.
Is that the leader?
Yes, yeah. So it's like literally imagine like the small person in the front who's steering and motivating. That was me. And so like, I feel like motivation in anything, like even if I'm going on a run in the morning, I turn on my YouTube video. There's like the motivational quotes. Find that outside source if you need it, because sometimes you need that extra push. So I feel like within everything too, just keeping yourself motivated, because it's not super easy, especially if you're at home. You could be doing so many different things, keeping yourself on task, kind of seeing that big picture, being like, okay, you know what, if I want to get to this end goal, kind of setting myself up in that way is so important, but you can't lose sight of it. So I think definitely creativity, motivation, things of that nature, but I definitely try and stay on task and move towards the goals for sure.
Right. So let me piggyback the question with this one. Are there any specific strategies that people should use when they're trying to get into brand awareness? So for example, I think one of you guys mentioned posting 3 to 5 times a day on their story, or posting 3 to 5 times on their main feed, depending on what social media platform. But give us like at least one or two things that you think that'll help them tremendously.
Yeah, so I think one huge thing is being yourself. I
Mhm.
think now in this kind of age of social media and everything, there are so many people online, but if you can show yourself, you talk in the camera, you know, engage with your audience, things of that nature, instead of just posting aesthetic videos, which I think are amazing. And I think there are certain people who can do that, like travel influencers and things of that nature. I think that's absolutely amazing. But I think if you're trying to get to know your audience and you want them to get to know you, be yourself, you
Right.
know, express
Yeah.
yourself, because I think that's how you get the right following, because you want your people to love you and you want to love them, right? So it's like finding that perfect relationship and balance there, I think is huge, because you want your brand to have a voice and have that voice be you for sure.
So let's say I'm a new entrepreneur and I just launched my LLC. I have the first two posts on my Instagram. I got 10 followers. I'm following 100,000 people just because I want them to see the brand, but they don't really see it. What should I do if I don't have any other ideas for content?
I'd say definitely, I see this on YouTube a lot. Don't steal other people's ideas.
Nice.
Like that's the number one thing to do. Just try to be as original as you can, because everyone I see that blows up is original.
Okay.
It's something that nobody else is doing. And they're like, yo, I'm going to look at this. I'm going to watch this. And the more they watch it, the more subs they get, more anything like that. So originality just helps in the long run. Even if it's striving for content, I mean, like, I know it's not like the best thing to do, but go on like TikTok, see some ideas, look some stuff up. You know, if it's like interesting to you, try and like do a little spin off on it, whatever it may be. If it's something with cooking, try and make like a different meal that you never made before. And if it turns bad, it's a fail video and that could go viral. It's
That's
like,
true.
you know,
That's
you
true.
try
I
and
like that.
try and make the best out of a bad situation, I'd say.
Yeah. What about you, Liliana?
I feel like a huge thing too, especially if you're new, to gain traction as well. Like we were saying, post law and things of that nature, be original. But I think it's also engaging with your community as well. So I think following similar accounts, liking their posts, commenting on their posts, letting them know you're there, even if it's a DM, just letting them know, hey, you know, I am this person, I'm this business, I'm representing them, whatever it may be. And obviously not in an overbearing way, but just letting them know you're here and you're talking and you're ready to go. Because I think there are a lot of businesses that get overlooked. And if you can
Mm.
kind of stand out, you can make that personal connection when we're online. I think that's a huge thing too, because we are on social media. Sometimes that human connection isn't there. But if you have somebody who's reaching out to you and they're like, hey, you know, I can help you. If you can help me, let's do this together. I think that's a huge thing too. But I think relationships in general, you want that following to be about you. So
Right.
building that in that way too.
Yeah.
Right. So I love the fact that you guys both brought up the authenticity aspect of content creation and being yourself and showing your value within the brand. So let me ask you guys this. What are some of the common mistakes you guys see in startups? And how would you change those mistakes if you are a part of their team? I'll ask Ben first.
Oh, okay. No, you definitely didn't do any, meeny, miny, mo. Okay,
He
but
said
yeah.
you.
Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, he had Ben in his mind, nah, but some common mistakes I see. One thing is definitely just like not trusting your community. If
Mm,
you have a community and you're not like, I mean, they can give you ideas. I mean, I see this like in all sorts of stuff on Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. If you're not like not just giving what the fans want, but at least hearing them out and responding to their comments or listening to it, I mean, like you're failing your job as a content creator. Like you're making content for the people, you know what I'm saying? And it, you know, and it's a job as well. But if you're making people happy while doing it, I mean, that's why I do it. So it's like, I always want to listen to that, even if it's like constructive criticism or if it's like just, hey, you're doing this good, keep it up. Like, and that's where the motivation aspect comes in. So yeah, for sure.
That's
I'd
awesome.
say just listen to your community more. I mean, they're there for you and you're there for them.
Perfect. I love that. Liliana.
Yeah, I would say don't be afraid. I know a lot of people, get a little bit nervous, like that they're going to be cringe or, whatever it may be, kind of getting in front of the camera and doing the thing and, getting your voice out there. But I think a lot of people get too scared to do it because of, people judging them or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I think there's a certain point where you just have to be like, I have a goal. I want to get there. Let's just do it. And I feel like just releasing yourself from those kind of restrictions is super helpful. But I also think in a business in general, kind of touching into those loose ties, which I feel like are those kind of people who aren't in your immediate circle, but what that could help you. I think in that way, kind of following people who have already done it and they know how to do it and are willing to give you help and advice. I think don't be afraid to do that either. I definitely think engage with both, but I think in that way, just reaching out, don't be afraid, push yourself. Cause like, it's just like anything. If you start a new job, that's a little nerve wracking. You start anything new, but you got to treat it the same way that anything else would be for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are great points, you guys. Because as you guys was talking, I was thinking about the journey of us starting this. Like it was one step out of the other, and thinking about, oh, somebody might not believe in it. But I think the biggest thing for me to start this was because I believed in it myself. And then once I hoped you guys understand it, I hoped you guys understand the vision and the platform that we'll be giving not only you guys as a team, but the people that will be watching our videos and our podcasts and the people that's going to want to sponsor us and the people that's going to want to partner with us because of how much value we'll be giving others just based off of me not being afraid of what people think and just doing it on my own. So that's great points. I know you guys are committed to me and I love you guys dearly. But if there was one brand you guys would want to work with, who would it be and why? I'll go with Liliana first because she
Yeah, let her start. Let her start.
didn't answer the last.
Okay.
I'll be like Skechers, and then I'll say something stupid, but no.
You know, it's tough for me because I feel like there's so many great businesses and like brands out there. Company wise, if we want to go there, like I feel like a Netflix would be super awesome or something like that, just because I feel like they come up with such incredible and creative content that I am always amazed by. So in that way, they definitely have like a great way of putting out amazing content that is new and it gets you information. I always take it in. I'm always amazed at all the new shows and everything like that. But I think they definitely have a great vision and they're going incredible places around the world for sure. I think that's a great company.
So Netflix, if you're watching, got the girl
I think
That's what
Toya
I'm saying.
is gonna take the brand up and triple fold. Ben, who you got, man? Who you think you'll be wanting to work with?
I mean, honestly, I'd say Amazon.
Nice.
Amazon, no matter what it is with them, if it's just Amazon shopping online or Amazon Prime Video. Sorry, didn't mean to spark some,
I know
um,
we
yeah, Netflix, Prime Video, they don't work together, but nah, yeah, just anything with Amazon. I mean, I'm seeing them and they're like taking over everything in business standpoint. It's ridiculous. So yeah, for sure, Amazon, if you're watching, take that shot.
Well, that kind of concludes this conversation. It was very insightful and very impactful. Tell us where we can find you guys, social media wise. I know some of you guys, or Ben for sure, has a MySpace still. But but just tell us where we can find you guys on social media. Ben, go first.
Yeah. So right now I'm just chilling with Instagram. Gotta take a break from TikTok because I was scrolling through it too much. But yeah, you can find me. It's _Ben_no chance_. And yeah,
We'll have that in the description below.
cool.
Tell us about your social medias, Liliana.
Yeah, so on Instagram, it's Liliana Fidoa, and I'm sorry, it's a very long name, so we'll put that somewhere. But that's the same for Instagram and TikTok.
Again, thank you guys for watching this episode. Hopefully, you guys got some insightful information on how you can either scale your business as far as social media. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a link tree where everything is at one spot, so it makes it easier for you guys to find us. Make sure you stay tuned because we got some events that we have planned in the near future. We got some people that we want to evolve into the podcast. Am I missing anything?
I'd say just like don't be afraid to reach out if you have questions.
Yeah.
And we'd love to work with anyone too. We're here. We're ready to go. So we're excited
Do
for
it.
what the
You ready to
festival
go, baby? You ready to
Let's
go?
do it.
Make sure you comment the people that you'll love to see on the podcast, because this podcast is for the people, not just for us. So again, thank you so much. Chauncey Jennings here, Liliana Fudua, and Ben LaChance, the Luminary team, and we're excited to see you in the near future. Peace.